adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
33 yards that time.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Room here to run. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Well, he flew past 200, 300, 400 yards. Now he's over 450 yards passing on the day.
So what you're saying is oxygen for everyone catching the ball and trying to defend?
Yeah, especially those guys trying to defend right now.
No doubt. They've got to be a confused group because they haven't been able to defend him very well at all. And I think he just wants to keep firing. When you have that kind of a day, you're just locked in. Just keep calling those pass plays.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Eluding the pressure right. And this results in 6. Touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run as his guys have now moved out in front.
Defensively by now, you know his ability. You know he has it in him to take off and run.
Yeah, because they knew coming into this game, but we've already seen examples in this contest that he can run the football.
I think they're going to examine different ways to rush him now. Are they going to do it with different lanes? Are they going to use a spy? But they have to come up with options because right now, he's hurting them.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 2. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Love. Ebron with it over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Love. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Check out. Ready. 11 feet.
From the red zone now, Love. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Austin Hooper, his first touchdown on the year as they have taken the lead. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Watson. Going deep here for Bryant. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Don't be scared of it.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Pierre Desir. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And an alley to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a carry from Mack. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Now Luck. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. J.J. Watt, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or 2, but it's no good as it stands. And this score will stay right where it is. So points so crucial in a tight game like this, but this kick off the goalpost, and that'll keep the score right where it is.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made this a 2-score game, but any cushion this late definitely would have helped. Now they need to ask their defense for another stop, and that's going to require some work.
From the 50, it's Watson. Bryant with a catch right side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Watson. Steps away to his left. Out left side here to Bryant. And he's in. touchdown. Des Bryant with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Well, that decision to me was all about pulling up the chart. You know, that beautiful chart that tells you when to go for 2, when to go for 1. I do love it. It helps you with your decision-making during heated times. And you just look at it right here in this point of the game. Go for 2. Try and make it a field goal difference.
But now just up 1 makes the rest of this fourth quarter a little more interesting.
Yeah, they followed the chart. They just didn't get the 2 points on the board, did they?
Nope. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Now it's Luck. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Luck now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Luck. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. So it comes down to a man who has done this many, many times before, Adam Vinatieri. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So it comes down to a man who has done this many, many times before, Adam Vinatieri. This from Tom Dempsey range here. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They snap it to Luck. And he's got his man Hilton. And now they're going to get the timeout. A huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to win. So it comes down to a man who has done this many, many times before, Adam Vinatieri. And he missed it. He missed it right. It's no good. And that's going to cost him the football game. Well, Charles, coaches always talk after losses about putting that behind you and moving on. But in a case like this, when you could have won it with a chip shot field goal and you miss it, that is going to sting for a little while, isn't it?
Some are tougher to put behind you than others, right? We always talk about compartmentalizing.